I'm frequently looking at products that lend themselves to my lifestyle. So running, gear, getting out on the golf course, getting in the water. I never really knew what I was going to do as a kid and growing up, but I knew if I could do something with regard to people and product, I was going to be happy. That's the most important part of my job, and that's what I love about what I do.
Back in the day, when I was starting my career, the only way to understand qualitative, deep level of consumer understanding was to do a focus group. And the focus group was as unnatural as one could imagine it to be. There was a wall, and it was only a one-way wall. You could see through the consumers, but the consumers couldn't see you. Fast forward 15 years, it's night and day. I no longer have to be hidden behind a wall. Trust, right? It's a powerful word these days. What does trust mean?
There's nothing more authentic than a customer voice. It is probably the most trusted data point that a customer can look at when they're making their purchase decisions.
When you find other consumers who also love that brand, that builds more trust for the brand.
I'm Jo Callahan. I'm the VP of Client Strategy and Insights here at Bazaarvoice. And consumers turn to other consumers for trust and authenticity and honesty in ways that they're not turning to brand content. We stand in this incredible moment in time where consumers are talking about brands more than ever. It's powerful because if you listen to that and you take meaningful action based on those insights as a brand, you may learn something that could improve your product. And so at Bazaarvoice, we're focused on creating and curating that content on behalf of brands and making sure that that distribution of the content lives in all of the relevant places.
We started with Bazaarvoice with reviews when we launched our beauty category. We knew that the user voice through that category was really, really important. Bringing the user voice and displaying that to customers is really quite powerful.
At Mesa, we work with Bazaarvoice to generate ratings and reviews for all of our new products. And in some places, we've also experimented generating social media content through consumers as well. I'll give you a very good example of a brand we just launched last year in February. What we did was we really enabled user-generated content. We launched it in stores. Consumers started to discover our brand. We were like, wait, what's happening? There is content already being put out there and the stores are not even set up properly. We were surprised by how fast the consumer-generated content was showing up. So we pulled up all of our marketing to then double down before we knew whether the brand was going viral. And we ran out of stock. That's where the power of consumer-generated content really came to life for us.
Now, brands, while they're doing the ideation and product creation, they're actually monitoring and interacting with consumer user-generated content before they go and design and develop. This is a huge evolution to how customers are going to receive products because technically they've actually had huge influence on why and how they were designed and developed. I truly believe that it's daunting not to have information around what customers are telling us.
Having a direct line to your consumer is a gift. Our social media managers are always out there having conversations with our consumers. There isn't a wall. There isn't a barrier for that communication. I would say we're a little bit obsessed with the consumer content. What we find is that when you pull out consumer content and you put it in your paid media ads, those ads perform better than ads that do not have consumer content.
Your consumer can help you tell that story in really meaningful ways, and you can use it within your channel strategy to supplement the content demand. And so if you're able to actively listen as a brand and understand what consumers are saying about your brand at scale, be it good or bad, you can learn from that.
What interests me about the new brand and consumer dynamic is how authentic it is, how seamless it is, how in real time it is. We're obsessed with our customers. We're obsessed with social media content. We're obsessed with reviews. We're watching, we're reading, and we're engaging with our consumers. You know, it's going to sound like a cliche, but I think the only thing that the brands can do to stay ahead of the curve is to relegate the control to the consumers.